Awesome, awesome, awesome. And now I want to do my sharing thing, right?
Yes, the folder on the bottom, just hit share.
And I'm going to bring up the scanner, share. Can everybody see the scanner?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yay. Okay, cool. So we'll start from the beginning. And the beginning is, I just want to make sure everybody understands, I'm not a professional trader. By no means do I have a Series 6, Series 7 license. I'm not here to give you advice on what you should do with your money. Can you please, can everyone go on mute, please? Thank you. I'm basically a very happy IML subscriber, just like the rest of you guys, and I've been doing this for a while, and I guess right around now, it's about a year. So it's just about a year, and I've learned a couple of things over that time, and as Aurea alluded to, is I learned things in a little different way. So I became a patented engineer. I worked in engineering for many, many years. And I'm basically a self-taught engineer because I have several learning disabilities that basically turned out to be like a major blessing in my life. So with that being said, you know, I've actually designed and built equipment, and when they wrote the manual for the equipment, I didn't understand the manual. So that's just to give you some insight on my little Italian head. But for whatever reason, it seems that when I explain things through my my lens, the way I understand them, people tend to understand things a little differently, and hopefully it's helpful. And that's the only reason why we're here, and that's the reason why we're spending time. So if I can help you understand this the way it makes sense to me, and you guys do better and excel, I'm just happy to be able to serve the group. So just the very, very basic stuff. Everyone sees my scanner. So, pardon me, on these charts, when you sign in, we typically come here, and I go to, I think this is Trader's View, Trader's Way, whichever, and I do the scan for the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the day. And the reason why I do that is because it takes a broader snapshot of the market. For me, I find it to be a little more reliable. And that's the top one is the newest scan, and that's calling out a shark. Can I please have you guys mute yourselves? Thank you. You'll see over here where my cursor is, it's calling out a shark pattern. It's on the 1 hour chart. And what that really means is a very fancy way of saying that we have an algorithm. Stephen Hooley actually invented this algorithm. It's on a trading view chart. So this is a typical trading view chart. And he captures these data points, A, X, B, C, and D. He captures these data points, the computer scans for them, and when the computer recognizes this particular relationship, it realizes that this particular pair, where where NZD is the base pair and JPY is the quote, it's showing that it's going to go into a buy. And the way we know that is because the current price is here and our stop loss is below the current price. So in order for us to make money or earn pips, we need to see this go into a buy. Really very basic, not a big deal. So Tommy, if I could just read the chart, why are we having this conversation? Well, because the scanner is accurate about 80% of the time. So how do you keep from getting burned on those, you know, the 2 out of 10? Well, we have some additional tools that I like to use. And I bring in some additional tool sets to give me a better picture of what's happening. So one of the tools that we have is a thing called an RSI. An RSI is called a Relative Strength Index. So you'll notice that I have a dashed line right at the 70, and another dash line over here at the 30. So when the pair is down by the 30, that is considered to be an oversold condition. The pair is in an oversold condition. Well, what does that mean? It means everybody and their mother is selling, right? So if everybody is selling and the market runs in cycles, what's about to happen? Well, it's about to go into a buy, right? So the only thing we don't know, you'll see as my cursor surrounds this oversold condition, we just don't know how long it's going to last. But we know that I'm over here in an oversold condition. My RSI is expecting it to go into a buy. Well, does that match what my scan is telling me? My sharp pattern is telling me I'm going into a buy. Does that match? Yes. All these indicators, I consider these indicators as like my little helpers. Has anyone ever played, what's that thing, tug of war? Right? I use this analogy a lot because to me, in my mind, it makes sense. In my mind, all these indicators are people who are lining up on either a buy or a sell in the game of tug of war. Picture you draw a line in the sand. That line in the sand is the current price, right? You tie a knot on the rope, and now I'm lining up my indicators. My indicators are either lining up on the sell side or lining up on the buy side. And when you enter into this transaction, that's go. So what I want to do is I want to line up as many indicators as I possibly can on one side of the rope or the other. It's either on the buy side or the sell side. So let me show you how to bring in some additional indicators to verify what's about to happen or what we believe the harmonic scanner is telling us. So in order to do that, I come over here to the Indicators tab, and I click on that, and one of my favorites is a Bollinger Band. Pardon me. B-O-L, Bollinger Bands. So how cool is this? Look at this funky mess we got going on. So what a Bollinger Band tells us, let me squish it down a little bit. It actually is a band. You see the blue? That is the band. The top side of the band is the average highs. The bottom side of the band is the average lows. And the red line is the average. So if we look back in time, we see that the price bounces between the highs and the lows, and it either breaks through the average or it bounces around the average. It could bounce around the average and retrace. It could bounce around the average and break through. But that's what it's going to do because it does it all the time. Why does it do it all the time? I have no freaking idea. This is just what it does. So now it's showing us that this Bollinger Band is formed, and it's a little funky because we had this huge drop here. And this huge sell-off might have been consistent with a news announcement. It might have been consistent with something, some kind of economic indicator that came out. And what I also use before I enter a trade, I go into the forexfactory.com. Let me see if I can get back to my Sherry thing. Let me just show you where that comes from real quick, if I can. You guys see my screen now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you go to forexfactory.com, this is really cool because this tells you what the news is. I come over here and I set up my filters. I'm only concerned with red and yellow folders. I don't care what the news is. I just care that there's news. And here, I primarily focus on GPP, JPY. And to be honest with you, that's because of my dyslexia. I only have to deal with 3-digit numbers, and it makes a lot easier for me to do the math. So I'm just going to click all the news announcements on so you can see how they might pop up. And I'm going to apply my filter. And now you'll see for today, March 27th, 4 a.m., Euro has got a red folder. CAD has got a yellow folder. USD, a yellow folder. NZD's got a red folder. Okay? So this here is an NZD pair. So it might have very well been that this big sell-off was in direct proportion to that news announcement. Does that make sense to everybody? So when I'm starting my trading day or my trading session, the first thing I do is a fundamental check. I want to understand what potential news announcement might affect my play. All right? So now I come in here, I look at that, nice and nice, fine. Let me go back, and let me go back to my, pardon me, I'm overcoming cold. So now I'm back here on my Harmonic scanner. Everybody with me on the scanner?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool, nice. So another favorite tool of mine, I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to pull up a SAR, S-A-R, a parabolic SAR. And that stands for stop and reverse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go into them, and I'm going to change this to 03, 03, 03, and 2. My style, I'm going to make this yellow, and I'm going to make this very yellow. You could change how dense it is by doing this slider. It's pale yellow, big yellow, and I'm just going to make a big fat cross so you can see them. Can everyone see the crosses now? You see does everyone see the SAR?
Yep.
Shake your heads. Cool. When the SAR is on top of the price, it means it's going into a sell. So let's look back in history. Actually, for this portion, I'm going to go back and share a different screen. I'm going to share my trading view. Can everyone see my trading view screen?
Yep.
Yes, yes? Okay, cool. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I have it on a black background, and it's really easy to see. Okay? So what I did is I just turned off some other indicators. This particular pair happens to be Euro, Aussie dollar. But for the purpose of this conversation, I just want to show you this indicator. If you look back over time, you'll see that the SARs, I have 2 SARs. I have a red one. My red SAR is set at 06, 06, and 0.2. My yellow SAR is set at 0.03, 0.03, and 0.2, and here's why. The red SAR will flip first, and that gives me a heads up. So when I see the red SAR and the yellow SAR opposing the price, one on top and one on bottom, that's telling me to pause. That's telling me to wait. I don't have all my guys on my side of the rope yet. That's an indicator that is actually not mature enough for the move I want to make. I want to wait. I want to wait until I have all my little soldiers lined up on my side of the move. One of the biggest reasons why retail traders lose money in the market is because they have a sense of they're missing the trade. I'm about to miss it. I realize I'm going into a buy. I realize I'm going into a sell. I better get in now before I miss it. That is the kiss of death. because the market moves when the market decides to move. And the indicators that we are using are indicators that are reactionary. These indicators actually move or tell us what has happened, not what is about to happen. So I actually wait for these indicators all to line up on my side of the move. Let me bring in the Bollinger Band on this pair and to give you a little more clarity, right? So my Bollinger Band, again, the average of the highs, the average of the lows, and the median. And if you look at this over time, you'll see as the price goes past the median, it either breaks through or it bounces around. See how it's bouncing around here? A lot of people call this congestion or a consolidation. I call it patience. When I see candles like this, it's telling me to be patient. All right? I understand that I'm on the low side of my Bollinger Band and it's going to work its way up to the top side. But if I got in here, what happened? Well, not a whole lot. I'm on the red bus. I'm in red. Everyone's gotten into a trade, and the moment you went into a trade, your trade went red, right? Good. That's the red bus. So what I do is I'm noticing, look, I have my red SAR is on the buy side. My yellow SAR is on the sell side. That's telling me I don't have all my guys lined up on the move I want to make. When I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, okay, I should be going towards the high. I should be going towards my buy. Well, look what happened. You'll notice when the SARs come and actually touch the price, they'll flip. When the SAR comes and touches the price, boom, it flips. So I'm waiting for that freaking SAR to flip. If I got in here on my yellow on top and my red on bottom, yeah, I could have pulled out a couple of pips, and then right here I would have given them all back. Right? So this is my first candle, my first 15-minute candle with my red SAR and my yellow SAR flipped on my side of the buy. Where am I? I'm above my median, and typically it goes towards the high. So I have my red and my yellow SAR. I'm above the median. I close above the median. I get in here on my second SAR, on my second set of SARs. Why? Because I still have a lot of air. Pardon me. I still have a lot of movement here on the price before I come and touch my SAR. So what if I got in here on my second SAR and I went up to here, that's 22 pips. How many pips do I want? Me, I want 5. I'll take 5 pips all day long. That's right. Take 5, stay alive. If you're taking 5 pips, you run like you stole them. What happens? They're in your account. That's what happened. You didn't give it back to the market. You know how many times, I calculated this should be a 30 pip move. Yeah, I'm good. I put in 30. I walk away. It goes to 29.7 and reverses. And I end up hitting my stop loss. I got so tired of that, I'm like, I'm taking 5 pips. Why? Because it's a whole lot easier to collect 5 pips and run away. I got no shame in running away. I got my 5, it's in my account, I'm out. I got it, right? Yeah, but Tommy, this guy's taking 100 pips. There's Lindor, 300 pips. Yeah, I'm not Lindor. I don't know what they know. I got my harmonic scanner. My harmonic scanner is calling my trade. It gives me the tip off. My harmonic scanner is like the rat of the foreign exchange. It's like a paid informant on the foreign exchange. Hey, Tommy, look, I think this is about to happen. I think Euro USD is going into a buy. Go check it out. Okay, fine. That's my tip. I don't take that as law. I don't take that as like the written word. It's not like a biblical statement. It's a tip. Then I come over here and I put whatever that is into my TradingView platform. And the reason why I do that is because I can throw on a bunch more indicators that are available to me here. I'm not saying you need to go buy TradingView. I'm not saying, you know, you can just go and do the harmonic scanner and make and earn, and you're good 8 out of 10. But I'm like, if I can get 9.5 out of 10, why the hell not, right? So that's why I went to the TradingView platform, and that's why I paid for it. I'm very happy paying for it because, quite honestly, it takes me about 35 seconds to earn that money to pay for it for the month. So I'm good with that. One candle, and I'm good. One candle, I could pay for my IML subscription if I had to pay for it. And one candle, and I'm done with my TradingView account. So to me, it's an investment, and I use that to my advantage. Pardon me. So does everybody get this whole deal with the SARS? Are we good with SARS? You see how that works in your favor? You don't have to have a total understanding of it, but if you put your SARS on and you bring them on over your TradingView account or in your harmonic scanner, it's an additional tool that lets you know what's about to happen or what should happen. No guarantees. So I'm going to pop this off real quick, and I'm going to show you some moving averages. This is a DEMA set at 4, and I use a DEMA set at 50. Now, basically, they're just moving averages. And you can come back over to your harmonic scanner, and you can throw them on your harmonic scanner too. So let me do that real quick. Does everybody see the scanner? You back on the scanner?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you could do TEMA. Right, so I come over here to the DEMA.
If you want to pull it up, Tommy, you might have to look under your favorites.
Yeah, I'm on the harmonic scanner. I'm just showing them how to
Okay.
get that on there. Thank you. And I'm formatting that. My inputs, I do a 4. And what that means is that's the average of the last 4 candles. And style, and I make that, well, I usually make that white. So for here, so you can see it, I'll just make it black. Okay, now you see how that came up? Let me get rid of my EBs and my SAR. So you'll see that's pretty much following the trace of the pairs. So I come in again and do my DEMA. And this one, I'm going to make this yellow and fat so you can see this puppy. And inputs, I'm going to put 50. Now, this is the way I set up on harmonic scanner. And what's that telling me? Well, what it's telling me is when the black line is above the yellow line, it's a buy. And then when the black line crosses under the yellow line, it's a sell. So These moving averages are telling me I'm in a sell. What is my harmonic scanner calling out? It's calling out a freaking buy. So do I have all my soldiers lined up on my side of the move? No. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to check out my SARs. I'm going to check out my Bollinger Band, and I'm going to wait for this black line to come and cross over my yellow line where I'm going back into my buy. So I'm going to show you this on my TradingView platform because it's a little easier to see. Okay, is everyone over here on TradingView now? Can you see my black screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I put here's my moving average, my DEMA4, I have it set as white on a black screen. My DEMA, my moving average 50, I have it set as yellow. And this is like clockwork. This is like, why didn't I don't know this existed before? Because I'm just going to go back in time. My white line crossed over my yellow line. I went into patience, 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 payday. So from when we crossed, here's my cross, to when it crossed again is 99 pips. Can you get 5? Can you get 5? If the thing moved 99, can you take 5? Thank you very much. That's what I'm talking about. So I would take 5 a bunch of times, right? Because what I'm doing here is, let me give you my Bollinger now. Let's throw this puppy on. And look how nice and nice. Here's my moving average of my Bollinger. I'm in my top half, and I'm still climbing. Now, the thing you need to know about the Bollinger Band is when the price closes outside of the band, it's usually going to do whatever it takes to get its butt back in there. And you'll see that right here. You'll see that right here. It didn't close, but again, so you have to be a little wary. So this is why I see these things happening. I'm not like jumping in. Like if I get out of a 5-pip trade and I just got my 5 pips, I'm not about to just dive into another one. I do my analysis all over again. I want to get all my soldiers lined up on my side of the rope. I want to make sure I'm tugging in the right direction, right? And I'll go grab myself another 5. Pardon me. So let's do some real-time stuff. And let's talk about a trade. Now this should be pretty clear to see. I have nice and, nice size, right? So in the last couple of candles, I'm on the 15-minute chart. We're in Euro AUD. What I want to point out is this. This is a flat top. This is a flat bottom. Whenever you see a flat top or a flat bottom, the price is going to reverse. We just don't know how long. It can reverse for a candle or part of a candle. Here's a good example. Boom, flat top, reverse, flat bottom, it reverse right back. But now, off of this flat bottom, what did it do? It went all the way up here to this flat top and came back. Pardon me. So why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up to help give you information on when the heck to pull the trigger and getting in, right? So I call this my halftime report. I'm on the 15-minute candle. Here is my time on candle. Right now I'm at 12 minutes and change. At 7 minutes, and 30 seconds will be the halftime of this candle. That's my halftime report. I want to know where the price is relative to the last candle, the last 1 or 2 candles, most specifically this last candle. So at the 7:30 mark, if I am in the lower half of the body of this candle, the odds are I'm going to end up with a flat top and it's going down. If the price is in the top half of this candle at the 7:30 mark, yeah, I got me an echo, so please mute yourselves. Thank you. So if the price at the 7:30 mark is in the top half of this candle, the odds are it's going up. So we have a couple of minutes to see what this thing is going to do, and we're just going to watch it in real time. Another indicator that I bring in on my trading view chart is the currency strength indicator, CSA 5-step system. Now, without going into this whole system, I use this particular indicator because basically what it is, it's 2 relative strength indexes married together. So why is that important? Well, it's important because a normal RSI just tells me what's happening in the pair, but I don't know which of the pair is driving the motion. So euro in this pair is the base, and you'll notice the yellow line is thicker. Yellow is euro. Australian is the quote, it's the thinner line. So now the Australian is stronger than the euro, which is going to drive this into a sell. This is very dynamic. If you look back in history, in time, you'll see as they cross over, actions, motions happen. And you'll see these 2 dashed lines. Those dashed lines are set from the parameters of the pair. I don't change them. The most meaningful changes are when they cross inside those 2 dashed lines. So right now they're threatening to cross. They haven't crossed yet. Let's see what my SARs have to say. So right now my SARs are split. And it's telling I have both my pairs going into strength. So what am I doing? I'm not doing anything. I'm not getting in. I'm waiting. I'm in patience. This is a very patient time for me. I want to see my red star go to the top or my yellow star go to the bottom. Because why? What's the other thing? I'm hovering around my midline on my Bollinger Band. And that's a very indecisive, patience kind of time for me. I want to get in on these moves. That makes me happy. That kind of move makes me happy. When I'm flopping around here in the midline, not being very decisive, makes me a little nervous. I don't want to ride the red bus. Okay, so let's see what we're talking about. We have 8 minutes, 54 seconds. Right now, my price is in the lower half of this candle. And let's see what happens at the 7:30 mark and which way this puppy goes. If I get a flat top or a flat bottom, or if I just continue into the sell. So if I continue into the sell, I'm going to come and touch my red SAR. My red SAR will flip. That puts me in the lower part of my Bollinger Band. I'm getting in. That's my in. For how many pips? 5. Pardon me. If I'm down here and I have this to the average, my low average, that's 15 pips, 14.5 pips of motion. Can you grab 5 out of there? I think so. Okay, 7:46. Here's my countdown. Boom, 30. Where am I? Where am I? And it's at 7:30. Okay, 7:30. I'm in the top half. This thing, I believe, is going to go up. There it goes. Poof. There it goes. Poof. How freaking cool is that? So now what this is telling me is I'm looking for my yellow SAR to flip down onto my buy side. When my yellow SAR flips down to my buy side, I'm getting in on my buy. Because what's happening? My white line is crossing over my yellow line. That's a buy. This is why retail traders get creamed, because we get in too early. We don't wait for all our indicators. I'm missing it. I'm missing a move. Look at that move. I'm missing it. No, I'm not missing nothing. I'm waiting for my indicator. I am displaying patience. I'm waiting for all my little soldiers to line up on my side of the rope. I'm going to give it a yank for 5 pips. Everybody cool with that? Does anybody have any questions? Not a question. Well, I'm very happy. So let's go pick another pair out of the harmonic scanner. Let's come and do a different broker. Let's do this guy. I'm going to scan for my 1 hour, and let's just see Euro JPY. Oh, let me see. Yeah. So I'm going to put my Bollinger Bands on to make me happy. So who could tell me what the call is on the harmonic scanner? Are they calling a buy or are they calling a sell? Come on, you guys, you can type.
A buy, right?
Absolutely. 100%, Robert. It's calling a buy. It's calling a buy because my entry price is here and my stop loss is below the current price. So in order for me to make money, I must go greater than my current price, which means I must be in a buy. So what is my Bollinger Band telling me? My Bollinger Band telling me is I'm at the low end of my average. And what happens when you're at the low end of the average? Well, you're bound to come back towards the middle. That would be a buy. What is my RSI telling me? My RSI telling me is I'm hovering around oversold. Am I going to get in now? Not a chance. I'm not getting in now. This is the entry price. It's a valid entry to get in. I'm a little too thick-headed for that. This is also the 4-hour chart. So we also have to understand that these are 4-hour candles, not 15-minute candles. This is not a scalp. This is an intraday trade. Let me see if I can have a change on the 15-minute. So, pardon me. So I would wait. Where's my SAR? See, my SAR is still up here on the sell side. I'm waiting for my SAR to flip down on the bottom to go into my buy. Does that make sense to anybody? I'm waiting for my additional indicators. So this is Euro JPY on the 4-hour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that up in my TradingView platform. So that's EUR JPY. Boom. Here's the same chart. This is on the 15-minute chart. See, on my 15-minute chart, it's still calling a sell. And yeah, let me show you this. This is something else that I do. I go on the 4-hour. And what I do on the 4-hour is I'll come and I'll set a bandwidth. I put my blue line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's my price in the last day. That's where the price has been in my last day. So when I'm here on the 15-minute chart, I have some kind of relative reference as to where the price is in the high and the low across the last day. Pardon me. So my harmonic scanner is calling a buy. My moving averages are telling me sell. My SAR is telling me sell. My Bollinger Band is telling me at the low, I'm near my low. Okay? It might stay there for a long time. I have my CSA, my relative strength index, is showing what? It's showing my euro getting stronger and my Japanese yen getting weaker. Sooner or later, they will cross if they continue along their path. I am waiting for the cross. Because when they cross and euro goes stronger than Japanese yen, that's a what? Is that a buy or a sell? It's a buy. What is my harmonic scanner telling me? It's a buy. So when this happens, when this crosses, notice how my SARs are near the price. In the next candle or so, my SARs are going to flip over to the buy side. I got 2 indicators on the buy side. My harmonic scanner on the buy side. My Bollinger Band on the buy side. My moving averages, my 4 and 50, these guys will cross. When the white comes over the yellow, I have 5 indicators telling me what? Buy. What do you think I'm going to do? When I have 5 indicators telling me to do something, I'm going to listen. But I'm going to wait. I'm waiting to hear all my guys. Tommy, it's a buy. Tommy, it's a buy. I got 4 guys telling me it's a buy. I got my 5th guy telling me it's a sell. What do? I wait. Is there ever a perfect time where all the indicators are going to go? No. I'm still going to wait. Why? Because I'm tired of losing money. I'd rather not take the trade that I'm not 100% sure on. I'd rather be 100% sure of something and lose money because I made a mistake, but I need to be 100% sure. I need to follow my rules. I need to follow my trading plan. I have all this written down in my trading plan. If you're trading real money without a trading plan, that's like Russian roulette. I highly recommend you get your butt back in the demo until you formalize your trading plan and you get, you get happy with your indicators and you come up with a system that works for you. I've been doing this for a year. I've never been without a demo account. I always. It's not like you graduate to real money and you leave your demo behind. You stay with your demo. Demo's your friend. You probably heard this 100 times from me. Demo is the gymnasium of the foreign exchange. That's where you go to build your muscles. That's where you go to work out. That's where you go and you take a couple shots to the head. But you do it in demo, right? So this is pretty much, everything I wanted to show you. I have no problem going over a couple more things if you have a couple more questions. But that's pretty much what I wanted to tell you. Come up with your indicators, add the additional indicators to the call. that the harmonic scan is giving you. Be patient. I'd rather be outside of a trade wishing I was in than inside of a trade wishing I was out. The red bus is a painful ride. You don't want to be on the red bus, okay? 90% of retail traders lose 90% of their account in the first 90 days because they don't know what I just told you. And it's not me telling you. It's they don't know what we've all been learning from IML, from the academy. There's never a time when you're done with the academy. There's never a time when I'm not talking to a Daisy Duncan. It's like I could pass by her in the hall, and somehow she knows that I'm always on her thing. Hey, Tommy, how you doing? I'm just always, you just got to be there. If you want to learn this stuff, you got to be there. This isn't going to just drop into your head from osmosis, right? And this isn't a penalty. It isn't purgatory. It isn't a place that you want to escape from. The more you get conversant and have a happy relationship with these indicators, the better they serve you. And I highly, highly advise you going back and looking in throughout time. You can scroll back and look over time and see how they acted. You can come back down here over to the currency strength indicator. You can look at where it was in the Bollinger Band. I mean, this is record. It's a matter of course. And the other thing that I like about this particular platform is what I do, what I've done and continue to do is I do a thing called crosshair trading. And that's not even placing a trade. What I do is I'll come over here and I'll say, look, I have my yellow is above my white. That's a sell, whatever. I'll do my calculations. I'll say, oh, I have my flat bottom. I'm at the lower part of my Bollinger Band. So I'm saying, if this is a 15-minute candle, this is 30, that's 30 minutes from now. I would get in here and I would go over here and say buy. B-U-I. And say, okay. This is my prediction. This is the prediction I'm making. I'm saying in about a half an hour, these little puppies should flip. This should have crossed, and I would get in here at a buy, and I have my number. I'm getting in at 23,961, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do a horizontal line, and 962 to 01. Oh, come on. And I'm going to change that. And I'm going to change that setting to a green line. And I'm going to make it thick. This is what I call a crosshair trade. Because what I'm saying is I'm getting in a half an hour at this price. And I'm going for 5 pips. And now I can walk away and see if I was right. And now it's documented. It's on my screen. And now it's not like I even had to go in and put into my trading account, even my demo account. I do this all the time. I'll just do a crosshair trade and see if I'm in sync with my indicators or not. Because another thing that I do all the time, when I hit 3 trades in a row, I get out. If I'm on the 15-minute candles, I'll get out for at least 15 minutes. I'll go have a snack, drink water, go pet the dog, go, look at the goldfish, whatever, and I will come back and reorient myself because I don't want to get cocky. Because I found when I was winning 14, 15 in a row, and I'm like, yeah, I know this is going to do this, and boom, I get my head handed to me. because I lost respect for what I was doing. I fell outside of the process. You have to respect the process. And anytime I lose 3 trades in a session, 3 losses in a session, boom, I just shut the computer off. I'm done. I'm out. Go watch a movie. Go kick the dog. Right? Go figure out, what I did. Maybe go visit Daisy Duncan, see what she's got to say. I go and I reset my brain because I'm done for the day. Something's not clicking. I don't know what it is. So those are my little Italian rules. That's the way I do things. So, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So we've been going for near an hour. And pardon my voice. We've been going for near an hour. And if there are no questions, if you don't want to go over anything, we'll hand it back over to Aurea, see what final words she might have for us, and we'll go from there. Aurea, you with me? Debbie, do you have anything to add?
I think you've said it all, sir. I just tried to catch up with you.
No, I appreciate the help. That's all very good. I have a difficult time enough just talking and typing. I'd never make it. So I appreciate you.
Not a problem.
Yeah, with that, let me see if Aurea might have walked away from her thing.
Tommy.
Ah, there you are.
No, it's Ann. She had to walk away.
Yep. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to close it out and tell you I appreciate your time. I hope that there was a couple of things that you might have found helpful. You can always hit me up during the week on WhatsApp, get my cell. I'm very accessible. Any questions, let me know, and I'm there for you guys, okay? So with that, we're signing out. Until next week. Love you guys. I appreciate
Thank you, Tommy.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Ciao, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.